Sister Fadima.
Walaikum salam.
Sister Fadima, what are your thoughts on the seminar today at the British Muslim Heritage Centre at tackling hate crime, particularly in relation to how it affects British Muslim women?
Thank you very much for that question. I'm very glad to be part of today's seminar with the British Heritage Show, for organizing such an amazing, well-needed topic. As being a Muslim like myself and do wear Islamic attires, we do a hijab, you do tend to get that look, and only you will know, because you've experienced the violence, only I will know, at that person, yep, there's something against me, because they haven't experienced it, they wouldn't know. For someone who also does do a lot of traveling, do tend to get that, oh, I'm gonna just check you on that random check, but you're like, no, you did not check the first white 50 people that came in front of me. Why are you checking me? Because I look different, and a lot has had to do that with the 9/11, the Brexit, the increase of the hate crime against Muslim has increased dramatically, increased a lot, and there's something that needs to be done. So we need to work with your local council, with your local police officers, with British Heritage. They need to work that to tackle such an important situation that a lot of the Muslim women that's being faced, especially with the Brexit, a lot of that has to do with they feel like they don't belong here. They're not meant to be with the British white society, because they're different than an outsider. So in that sense, having such an important topic and important conversation to have based on that.
I thought it was quite interesting because I feel like the topic that was about racism is something that's not new to any of us, but we're not all really educated about it. So I feel like this seminar was a good way of telling everyone about all the terminology such as hate crime, hate incidents, how to differentiate the two, and what to do if you are a victim of it, and how to approach talking to people about it.
So are you going to go back now and speak to some of your friends and your fellow pupils at the school?
Yeah, I'll definitely try and share the message that I learned today, and I'll let people know what to do if they ever are victim of hate crime, or if they know anyone that's victim of hate crime.
Thank you. You attended the seminar on tackling hate crime at the British Muslim Heritage Centre. Perhaps you can share your thoughts with us as to what you felt about the seminar.
I thought it was very powerful, and I feel that this is what is needed to make some of the real differences that need to happen. I feel that it showed the power of women, and what women can offer in influencing and making changes, being leaders of change on the issue of hate crime. I'm pleased that the feedback has been positive around what support women feel are available, and it just highlights again what is needed in terms of people being aware of that support, because people are not aware of that support, and that can make a big difference. So I feel the seminar, in a nutshell, for me, has shown how important it is to have just things like this happening at grassroots level, because at grassroots level is where the power can really be to influence change on things like hate crime.
It was extremely well delivered. It was clear and quite in depth. It really opened my eyes on a lot of, not necessarily the aspect of hate crimes. I think now we're getting a lot more familiar with what it is, but particularly how to report it, how to report those crimes, and the vast array of support that we have now, especially in Greater Manchester. I was extremely impressed. I thought it was just Crime Stoppers or maybe the police, but actually there's loads and lots of different agencies, and I've learned you can report anonymously, obviously, but you have support, victim support. There's lots of things that are being offered. And the other aspect as well, which I liked, was that we also looked at Islamophobia in its general terms for someone like me, who's white and blue-eyed, and before, if I had been attacked in the streets and my hijab ripped off or called names for being Muslim, there was no way I could report it because it was falling under no crime. But now it is a crime, so I feel like I'm much more protected and empowered as well in my daily life, and I find that really helpful.
And sister, over the last several years. Do you feel that Islamophobia and hate crime has increased in Greater Manchester and across the United Kingdom?
I think it really depends. We have seen today, we can see it ourselves in our daily lives, that it's very much related to what happens in the world. So there have been events in the world that have spiked the hate crimes, but around me, you know, most of the crime that, or the hate crime that we suffer is generally neighbours upon neighbours, in the streets, just general aggravation, and you know, that we can suffer just because we're perceived, first of all, we're women, a lot of the time, we've got a hijab. Sometimes they think we can't even speak proper English, so we are kind of falling onto so many different categories and seen as vulnerable. But no, we have to see and feel confident that we are not vulnerable, and we are well supported as well.
The training was very professionally delivered. I think the key aspect to it is raising awareness of what hate crime is, how to report it, and some useful information in relation to third-party reporting centres. And this is something moving forward that I'd like to relay back to my colleague back at the police station. But as I say, the key point was raising awareness of what hate crime is and how to report it.
Thank you. Both of you did. Good afternoon, Maksud. You're one of the key individuals that has organised this training seminar today at the British Muslim Heritage Centre on tackling hate crime. Perhaps you could share your thoughts with us and your reflections on the training.
Yes, thank you. This is a partnership, a pilot project that we started with Greater Manchester Police and Manchester City Council. And I was really pleased that so many sisters attended today, in the sense, on this training. So this is the first stage of training the trainers and getting our sisters involved in this type of hate crime, because they were the ones, when I first started at British Muslim Heritage Centre, who identified that hate crimes was a big issue for them, including Islamophobia. And we have delivered on that with our partners, with the police and the council, in a sense. So it's fantastic to see, 30 women turned up for the training session. Then we've got 30 men next sort of Friday, and then 30 young people. Once we've trained them, they will then go into the community and train others. So it's a cascading impact, and it's part of a wider tackling hate crime, tackling hate crimes within South Manchester. So we've got other things that we're doing as well, bringing police officers together, bringing the community together, and this is just one of the initiatives, really. We also set up a survivors network as part of the project. So come a long way, but we've still got a bit more work to do yet. But it's fantastic to see women coming together, learning about how to tackle hate crimes.
Thank you very much, Maksud.